volley. So excited for this matchup. Ahmedabad with the first serve against the Mumbai Meteors. And it is a little bit off the net. Brandon with the first swing, and it's a big one. Off the block, out of bounds, exactly as I mentioned. Get him going early.
Yeah, absolutely. Hasn't been a top point scorer so far. 15 points in 3 matches, but he changes the angle of the ball really nicely here. Goes away from the body and off the block. Mumbai run fast. Ahmedabad this evening will have to serve well to try and take the speed away from the attack.
Brandon, I think a really confident player as well, so they can use him. It's going to be huge.
Been brilliant with the way that everyone looks to him to lead, and he's led beautifully over the first 3 matches.
Here comes Angamuttu. Angle man, Angamuttu couldn't kill that ball. Backcourt attack. Brandon Greenway getting into it as well. The libero with the second touch. Here comes Angamuttu once again. He doesn't fail too often. Now if this man gets going, beware Mumbai.
And have a look at the response of Kartik there in the backcourt. Obviously, middle blockers, we're not known for our defense, but on this RuPay on the go point, Kartik asking his blockers to do a bit more.
Great start. Angamuttu can play either way. He's so high. He can hammer over the top of everyone, and he's kept Andrew Kohut-James out of the starting lineup tonight, who started the first match of the season.
We didn't talk much about Brandon Greenway in our pre-show. Such a key man as well. Brings in a certain experience, and expect leadership qualities from him as well. To support Kartik, Mumbai need to get going. They're up against a fairly solid side who are playing after a week. This time, Angamuttu from zone 2. Once again, unable to kill it. There comes Anu James! The number 16. 2-8-16.
He's brilliant, isn't he? He loves to come back over the right shoulder and hit from left to right. They're going to have to stop him. The thing is with Mumbai is that they do tend to blow hot and cold. They can go from being absolutely unstoppable to being stopped set by set.
And we're seeing the last point there as it played out, but that whole rally, I'm really going to give some credit to Ratish. I think we're going to talk about him a little bit as well, the libero for Mumbai. He's really holding things together in the backcourt.
He absolutely is. He's impressive in the pass and in the defense as well. The one question I'd have with Mumbai, they haven't quite found their passing range yet. Everything's been slightly off the net, therefore their offense has been slightly slower, but hey, look at the score. We're in the first 4 points. Everyone's finding their rhythm.
Mumbai. Ahmedabad back to serve. And they don't make a lot of mistakes in the serve. That's something I've seen from them. They're just putting the ball in, making the other team play.
Now, we spoke about Mumbai's offensive flair, and we're seeing enough glimpses of that in the early stages of this match.
Absolutely. This is all down to the serve though. It's very soft, so the pass is in the perfect zone. Every option is open. You have to be careful here, Ahmedabad, because of their serving power.
And have a look at Daniel here. Because of that soft serve, he doesn't know which direction to block. He's trying to take both angles, do a little Kong block, but neither one works.
Hardik out the back. And he's another one on the left side who's been very, very effective, Hardeep Singh. 13 points against the Torpedoes, 12 in a 5-0 win. Well, that 5-0 win was a wonderful performance for them, and Hardeep was the start.
Angamuttu with a serve directly on the libero. Coming off the block. Good conversion by Ahmedabad, but sent back. Oh, and there's the dum. Muthu. Let him know you're there.
That is a Muthusamy Appavu special. Well, he's not just a setter, he's an upsetter as well. They can upset the opposition defense just like that.
He goes to the middle. RuPay contactless shot for that one. But it's the second time of asking the middle blocker. Kartik absolutely nowhere near it. He's watching for Daniel Natazadi. Muthu has free rein.
4-3 to Ahmedabad in the first set. Remember, all matches here in the round-robin stage will have all 5 sets played. Great serve that. Here comes Anu James. Another left-handed bombshell. Angamuttu. The shot at the last moment. One more go. Anu James. The libero keeps it in play. Here comes Angamuttu. It did not work.
That was always going to be blocked. If we get a chance to see it again, trying to get to that ball, and it's in front of him because he's still backcourt. So he has to jump behind that line.
Yeah, again, if you have another look, first one's recycled, but then here they keep the ball far too close. Mutu, if he sends this one to the outside, he loses the middle blocker, but instead he's got 2 up on him. Angamudu, he goes to the line, he's been absolutely stuffed, nowhere to go.
Yeah, he's trying to fly into that ball. It's way too close to the blockers, and they can just put their hands over. They've got the advantage in that situation. Oh, an ace serve for Mumbai.
This could be the difference for me, the service pressure of Mumbai. Jump float serve this time. Going too low to the floor in the end. Appointment.
Santosh stepping in to take that overhand. That didn't look that simple of a serve. It had a nice float on it, but just mishandled.
Interesting. You'll see that when there's a jump float serve, the 3 passes will start further up. That's a very good answer to any question that they have just been asked. And with Nanda and Santosh on the wings, they do have a chance to play quick, aggressively, and hit good angles. That's for sure. Good comeback.
Well, the blockers expecting that RuPay contactless shot to end up in the middle. We get a one-on-one on the outside. Very nicely done by Mutu.
Really high ball toss. Did not work. Both teams really happy to go big on their serves. They seem to have a certain appetite for those overs as well, and happy to serve big and pressure on the opposition.
Yeah, just after I've talked about how Ahmedabad don't make any errors, one goes straight into the net.
Sangamoto gets it, parks it, deposits it.
He's worked his way back into the starting lineup of this squad, and for good reason. He is somebody that's going to be really, really difficult to slow down.
Yeah, from these out-of-system plays, that's a fantastic set. Angamudu has to get his feet inside the ball there to be able to maintain height and power. Block potentially a little bit wide, but Angamudu, have a look at him. Fired up for this one.
I love the responses and the facial expressions we get to see in slow motion. You really feel what the players are feeling.
Had to wait for a week to do that on court. Last played on the 9th of February, so clearly, oh, well done. This time it was Karthik. If Muthusamy can, so can I, said Karthik.
Yeah, the quicker they get Karthik into the game, the better for me. Only 4 points last time out against the Torpedoes, but this is going to be the pinnacle of their attack. Use Karthik, everything else will open up for them. The middle blockers will be nowhere, and that time, the middle blocker absolutely nowhere to be seen. Wide enough, quick enough.
And that's what that fast offense will get you from Mumbai. Really difficult for the blockers of Ahmedabad. Nice swing off the net. High ball back is sent over, free ball by the libero. Oh, and it's done. Hardeep, the man with the mustache, making it happen.
The way that he operates on this left side, very, very aggressive. Good angles. It's time for an all-call technical timeout. So we've reached 8 points. It's time for us to take a very quick break. See you soon.
Very interesting contest building up. It's only a 2-point gap between these two with that spike. Hardeep Singh, Hurricane Hardeep from the Mumbai Meteors, has shown that he is good enough to be part of the top 5 of the spikers list. With that spike, he's entered that top 5 list. 31 to his name. Guru Prashant from Hyderabad is playing on a different planet altogether. But good to see Hardeep in the top 5, and well, it's still early days for Mumbai. If they keep going, if they win tonight, they will enter the top 4. They could go to the number 3 position. These guys and girls there have the best seat in the house. Our special guests in the RuPay VIP box. We don't have bad seats either, guys.
We can see as clear as day. Well, we're back underway. Nice serve for Mumbai off the hands of the block. And Ahmedabad get another smooth kill.
Enjoying what I'm seeing here. Mumbai have used the middle nicely, got to the outside. Manoj is finding it very difficult to play at the pace that Mumbai are playing across the net. But then Ahmedabad are also starting to go to the outside, staying high. And Santosh is only 195. I say only, that's still a great height, as you can see him on the net. You can go over the top of Greenway all day.
Yeah, Santosh really, really important in their first match. They did lose to Hyderabad, but he had 11 points in that match. So if he can get going, could be good days for Ahmedabad.
Hardeep, this time it was blocked. But there was so much force on that spike that it gives Mumbai another point.
Hardeep has been sneaking up for me. We didn't see much of him in their first match. In that 5-0 win, he had 12 points. He had 13 last time out. And again, huge player for this team.
Absolutely. I'd love to see him be at the forefront for all 5 sets this evening, though. I feel like he's been absolutely incredible for 1 or 2 sets in every game, but he hasn't quite dominated a fixture as of yet.
Captain Kartik goes for a top spin, nicely handled. Chance outside. Oh, and the defense cannot handle the heat. Angamutu again.
He's got a lot of Angamutu on the right side and the left. He's almost not being stopped here. And that's going to ask some serious questions of Sonny Joseph on the side.
Angamutu also with a fresh haircut, if I'm not mistaken. That could be adding to the power.
Super short back and sides for the big angry man.
Aerodynamics, did you say?
Yeah,
Happens
exactly.
with swimmers, doesn't it?
Yep,
At the
that's-
Olympics.
I think that's cheating, isn't it? Less hair, he's lighter.
Not a fashion person anyway. Easy loopy serve, chance to spike, but the block was there. You've got to trust your defense when you serve like that. And it was the number 14, Man Mountain, Manoj, that man on your screen. I was so alert.
The mountain man, and that's a really good point that you make, Manish, is that Ahmedabad putting balls in, forcing Mumbai to play, and Manoj doing a great job of committing through the middle.
I'd still be okay with that if I was Mumbai, knowing that every time they've gone to the pin, they've had the beating of Manoj just for speed. We're going to see if he's got one now. That's exactly the moment I'm on about. He's struggling to get across. If they keep using the middle, the investment's going to help them over the long run, I think. But in turn, that's 2 in a row from Ahmedabad. Oh, cooking in. And it's Angamutu once more. I can't remember Angamutu missing this evening so far.
I think he's been blocked once, that one ball from behind that he was reaching a little bit for it, but when he gets the right set, and this is the right set, high and wide, you can really work off that outside hand of the blocker.
And 9 to Ahmedabad in this first set. Once again, loopy serve straight to the libero. Chance to spike. Look at the defense of the Ahmedabad defenders are always there. Oh. And then there's always the libero at the back. That's how they control these points. From defense to offense. That switch is such a strength of the Ahmedabad defenders.
That's the play of the game for me. Defensively, but to turn and hammer that on 2 is some effort, I think, from Nanda.
Yeah, Nanda with the reflexes. We'll have a look at it again because you're right, that's a great play. So first of all, the defensive efforts, you talked about it, Manish, sending the ball back, forcing Mumbai to go again. Defense from the libero, big pickup, and then going over on 2. That's a beach move.
Beach move, but it was all about the libero for me here. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but it was in the right position for Nanda, just to turn and hammer. You've got to give him credit for being on the ball there.
For me, that's Indian-style volleyball. It's a little bit scrappy, it's a little bit unorthodox, but it is powerful and it is fun. So, if you're at home thinking, I would love to own one of these moments, you can buy an NFT from treasureclub.io.
And a mountain man, Manoj. So key, very underrated, slips under the radar. Behind those more glamour names like Angamuthu or the captain Muthusami Apavu. He's very important for Angamuttu to play his national game as well. The block once again was there, but this time I thought the execution wasn't right. The ball landing inside on the Ahmedabad half of the court.
Yeah, you think that Manoj has got the read here on Shaheem. He got him the last time, almost got him this time, but a bit quicker from Shaheem with the arm.
Well, 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 what do we have here? A super point for Ahmedabad has been called. It's 11-10. This means whichever team wins will get 2 points. It could be 13-10 for Ahmedabad. It could be 12-11. Who knows? We can't predict the future. We can only watch it unravel.
Of course we can predict. There's no money at stake here. Feel free. Okay. Here we go. Oh, the block was there.
Oh, my word.
Mumbai have done an Ahmedabad on Ahmedabad.
You can't write this, let alone predict it. It was a softer serve in the end, so the money was on Ahmedabad to side out all day long. Have a look, soft serve, pass was perfect, and it was almost a great read from the blockers to commit with the middle and bomb.
Oh, yes. Shamim committing all day long on the middle, and that's what you're going to see. When that ball is easy, it's into the setter. Take the middle away all day.
Wise man once said, don't use the middle on the perfect pass.
Once again, that's the spike completely disturbing the furniture in that backcourt. 12 apiece it is. This promises to be a 5-set thriller. This could, well, give us a winner only at the end of the 5th set. Will not be a runaway performance for sure.
And if you're just jumping in, let's say you're watching a Volleyball World thinking, oh, we're only halfway through the set. Nope, incorrect. We finish at 15. You don't have to win by 2. So it's literally a race to 3 right now.
And we know that all of this to this point is just sparring. Now the gloves are really off. Harsh has come in to try and make a difference on the service line. That's exactly what's happened. And then in the block, what a substitution from Dakshinamurti. Harsh Chowdhury off the bench. The 25-year-old doesn't quite serve an ace, but he ruffles the feathers of the Meteors.
And on Ratish, of all the players to get on the floor, get the libero out of system. Have a look, he doesn't hit super hard, he's rolling it, so it's just in front of Ratish. We're gonna call this a RuPay on-the-go point. Jithin doing his very, very best, but Hardeep shut down by the block of Nanda.
Nanda's done a phenomenal job on the turn with the second ball attack, now a block to go with it.
Straight at the libero. Nice set, short set, good set. And what a cool-headed clinical finish that was. Spotted an opportunity, went for the kill, and absolutely drilled it behind that 3-meter line.
Yeah, for me, that's the least predictable time of using the middle throughout the game, and it's worked perfectly. It's caught Daniel out. He's almost jumping a little bit late there, thinking about going out to 4.
Yeah, that's exactly the point that you were just making. Don't set your middle when it's perfect. Set when you're a little bit off the net. You've got to force it a little bit and catch the blockers off guard.
On available evidence, I've got to say, it's not just Anu James and Hardeep that they have to deal with, the Ahmedabad defenders. There's the threat of Shamim as well. Good defense, Mumbai. Here comes Anu James, gets another point, gives them a set point. The Mumbai Meteors now within sniffing distance of winning the first set.
The lefty on the outside. Love that because it is so difficult to get up and line up a block against him. You're going to see some super defense there in the backcourt. Jithin has to set out of system and the lefty with that really sharp angle.
It's only really ever coming back cross-court, that ball. And it doesn't matter because it's on such a short, sharper angle. It's always going to beat the blocker. Unsure there what Nanda going to maybe be a little bit further back to play that defense on the cross-body swing.
So, Ahmedabad now with their backs against the wall. 1 point away is Mumbai. So here's a look at the A23 Fantasy Leaderboard. If you're not playing, why not? This is the best game in the house. Rahul K at the top of it. He for me, all-around player. He's getting his aces, he's getting his blocks, he's getting his kills. He's doing a little bit of everything, and that's why he's right up there at the top. But 3 players from Kolkata.
No surprise there as they offer threats all over the court. And I think, as Manish was saying moments ago, it's not all about Annie James, not all about 1 or 2 players in the team. The team that find the right balance usually wins championships.
There's something about the Mumbai Meteors that tells me that this team could create big upsets in this tournament. If they can win 5-0 against Chennai, there's got to be something about this team.
Well, speaking of upsets, Daniel just putting that ball clinically on the line. When the set is on the line, that is called a money time play.
Really is. The ball's in a perfect spot. Just in front of him, he can take it early and he can work away. He knows he's only got 1 blocker on him, really. He knows where he can score. Now it's clutch time.
That point for both teams. Angamuttu to serve. Once again, trusts his defense. Chance. And they will get it! Or will they? Who has it? Oh! The defenders have it! Fine margin. Will Mumbai review it? Looks like they will.
Angamuttu knows.
Well, we've got a review. Are they challenging in or out, or are they challenging touch on the block? Because that could make a huge difference.
Angamuttu, have a look at him. I don't know what his body language is sort of predicting for us, but he doesn't look like he's ready to celebrate yet.
I suppose they'll check both. They'll check the wipe as well as where the ball landed. That actually landed inside. It's got to be Mumbai's point.
Oh, there you have it. That's why this game's so exciting.
How do you even script this kind of thing? One team celebrating, they think that it's over, the other one calling a challenge.
Yes, that green paddle challenge successful. He's going to make the Mumbai Meteors celebrate. Well, it's been snatched away from the Ahmedabad defenders, and truth be told, justice has been done in the end. Good call to take that review.
Perfect time to call a review. And I think that's the first time that we've seen a set swing one way or another based on a review being overturned.
Well, usually volleyball's played to 25 and 2 clear points. Here it's a race to 15. You don't have to win by 2 clear. And that's why this is so exciting. It's the Mumbai Meteors that take the opening set by the narrowest of margins. What's going to happen in set 2? You have to come back and find out. Welcome back. Another brilliant start to a double-header evening where the Mumbai Meteors have taken the opening set against the Ahmedabad defenders. Looking at the stats, there's not much in it, ladies and gentlemen.
There really isn't, and if you head over to volleyballworld.com, you'll get all of these stats and more. You get some individual stats, and the one that I'm looking at, Brandon Greenway already has 3 points. Now, last time Mumbai played, he only had 2 in the entire match. When they won that 5-0, he had 9. So for me, if they get him going, he's going to open up other opportunities.
Absolutely, other opportunities, meaning that Hardeep and Annie James will have a lot more room to work with and less blockers on the front court on the left side. It's all a balancing act. It's all a big seesaw if you don't or haven't watched much volleyball beforehand.
Mumbai win tonight just throws open the points table of this league.
Well, that man right there, we saw his face after the last point of the last set, and he looked pretty sure that ball was in. This time, he can be sure that he scored the point.
Absolutely, great sportsman by the looks of it, Angamuttu, in every way, shape and form. I do worry, though, that they might be a little bit over-reliant on him at the moment to do the lion's share of the scoring.
On the other hand, Mumbai have a plethora of attacking options. Anu James, Shamim has done really well so far. A total of 10 spikes for both teams. 10 each rather. Once again, overhitting it. Manoj hasn't found his spiking rhythm. He's either overhitting it or hitting it into the blockers. Is he trying too hard?
Well, in that situation, as a middle blocker myself, I know exactly what he's thinking. He sees it and he goes, oh, this is my opportunity. I got to get in there. But he just doesn't finish with his wrist. He does a good job to step back. He gives himself space for that last finish.
So difficult as soon as that ball starts to get behind you as well, to keep control of the ball. It's just a little bit more in front of him. He's going to have a lot more dictation of it. Oh, Headshot on Hardy. And that's a very, very good reply.
Striker to striker, attacker to attacker. Hitting the opposition attacker where it hurts him the most, on his face.
Can we just talk about that set as well? That's a huge, huge swing, but the set right up with a one hand.
That's not a bad block with the head, is it?
And you gotta
Straight
block it somehow.
into the head. My word, that would have hurt. Someone go and ask him his name. Boom! Shamim once again. Who says he's a blocker?
Well, they call them middle blockers, but I like to call us middle whatever we want. If you need us to attack, you need us to set, you need us to block, you need us to serve. That's what the middle's for.
Swiss knife. That was a RuPay contactless shot from that Swiss knife, Shamimuddin.
He's been excellent. And when we went training, Sonny Joseph told us himself that he was going to start and be a real bright spark. And he certainly has been. 19 points for 4.
Angamutu gets a wipe. Or did he? Was that a... Looks like there was an anti touch.
Wow,
Yep.
looked like a touch from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, that was a pretty clear touch, although we've been wrong before. From where we're sitting, that looked like it changed direction off the block and went out. So I thought we saw the paddle for a challenge. Let's have another look at it. Big swing, opening up off the fingers of the middle blocker. Very
touch.
clear touch. And Mumbai will know that as well, but they're playing coy.
Where are you on that ethical border, Kian Louis? If you know you're frustrated,
Well,
would you say it to the ref, or would you let things play out the way they are?
it depends what league you're playing in, because in other leagues, they have a few more chances to challenge, and you know if they get it right, they keep it. In this league, however, you lose it if you get it wrong, or you're only allowed a couple, so
It can't be conditional.
acting skills.
Ethically, where are you?
Mine's,
Ethically, I want to win.
yeah, me too. I give nothing away.
Yeah, play by the rules. There's the referee's there for a certain job. Once again, very controlled serve. Oh, well done. Great stuff from Mumbai. Boom. The block wasn't good enough to absorb the force of that spike.
I mean,
Ahmedabad now have a 2-point lead in the second set after losing the first.
Ratish, the experienced one, puts the ball on absolute plate. And for, well, Aravindhan, championship-winning setter, takes on this second ball. And when it works, it's great. But when it doesn't, that sort of thing happens against you.
And I like to see Ahmedabad picking up that second ball. We talk about it a lot. A lot of those have fallen, so I think teams are getting a bit more switched on.
But it's not just scoring the points that helps. It helps hold the opposition middle blocker, just like running a middle. It's a very similar side to the other team.
Speaking of running the middle, another big swing through the middle. Nothing Daniel could do to slow that down.
Again, for me, the service pressure is straight down the middle, and it's a lollipop, a buffet ball. So you can help yourself as a setter. You can go wherever you like, and there's only one blocker trying to cover the whole net.
You always have food analogies, don't you?
Oh, mate, I love my food. You know this. You've watched me eat for a good 2 weeks now.
There comes Daniel, but the block was there. Still in play. Ahmedabad keep themselves alive. Oh, my word.
Whoa!
Great stuff from Mumbai. Still in play. Woo. Once again, it has to be the most bizarre rally of this match. Anu James comes up with that bank shot.
You're calling it a bizarre rally, but that is just great volleyball. Ahmedabad all over it on the floor, keeping the ball alive and bringing it back. Have a look here. One touch, another touch, sprawling out, and the third one basically from the stands.
Sammy's got to get back and block in there. Yeah, he's on the front court. What an absolute job that was. He couldn't get in and actually RuPay contactless shot, by the way, but didn't get in and make the block. But my word, from position 2, that's an unbelievable retrieve to get to position 5 out the side of the court and keep that one in play.
Oh, Shamim back to serve. Angamutu on the swing. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Right on the line in the corner.
Look, I love Angamudu because he can hit on the left, he can hit on the right, he can hit cross court, he can hit sharp, he can hit to the line. He's got great range in him. Because of that, it makes him very difficult to line up against as a block defense team in situations because he has everything. This time it's off the net. In every other time here, he's gone to the angle. Now he goes to the line and it's picture perfect.
It makes me wonder where he was in the first match. Why wasn't he starting?
Well, Andrew Kohut-James has come in left-handed opposite from the USA, and he started, but we haven't seen him for a while. He scored 2 points in the competition. Good player, loves going off the block, fast arm, but Angamudu, for me, just a little bit more aggressive in the offensive areas of the court.
You're absolutely right. And speaking of offensive, another unforced error, but Ahmedabad, actually both these teams are keeping their unforced errors to a minimum so far.
Yeah, they're both teams who control their errors a little bit more than other teams. I mean, that man there, Dakshinamurti, shrewd customer. But they were the second best attacking team last season, all the way to the final. Made 265 points over 7 matches.
Well, just as I'm saying, no unforced errors, here comes another one. But it's a much lower number than what we're used to seeing. We're only seeing about 3-4 errors per team in 2 sets. Over the course of this season, we've seen some teams up to 26 errors in a match. That's almost 2 full sets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in those 2 matches, they've only made 28 errors. Ahmedabad, oh, super serve! With a float serve, deep on the baseline. That means 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. And have a look at Daniel Mutazaidi.
I love that he is running around the court like that, because that's what this league is about. It's about those extra points, those extra moments, that extra excitement. So if you want some more of it, we're going to have an Amul Cool technical timeout, but I hope you join us in just a short minute. And we're back with the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Have a look at this super serve. I mean, we talk about those serves that land in the corner, but that's a float serve. Daniel, deserving it. We don't see a lot of those.
Yeah, float serve you would normally sort of see as a tactical serve to try and push hard deep to take him out of the offense, but in turn he decided he didn't want to take it, thought it was going out. Let's see if Lightning can strike twice.
A float serve that goes, that's going far, far away. That super serve seemed to dip. It looked like it was going long, and then just suddenly dips.
Well, that's what happened on that super serve. It looked like he had contacted it the same as that second one we just saw, but it just dipped and died at the last minute, so tough to read.
The balls are really hard as well. The contact's slightly different every time, and they do move a heap.
That's a really good point. These international players are used to playing with a different ball.
A much lighter ball that's going to be a bit pingy off the hand. We just played with it for a while, and it's a great ball.
Yeah, we did a bit of peppering down there on court. A bit rusty, but you know, if anyone's scouting, we're ready.
Ely on here.
Another error in the serve. It seems like when it rains, it pours in terms of service errors.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, well, Ahmedabad's philosophy is not to make errors. We know that. When they do make errors, their sort of whole game plan goes to pot, so to speak. But at the same time, they still have a 2-point lead, so something's working really nicely. And, well, not even Angamudu can put that one away when it's to the outside. Back to Angamudu off the net. That's a great swing. He's got 2 on him. He finds a way past the block. That's Mutu making the defense. Third time, Angamudu. Third time works an absolute charm. It's point number 10 of the evening for Angamudu. And Ahmedabad are flying once again here in Hyderabad.
The confidence on that swing. And that ball's coming from over his shoulder, so he's got to see not only the setter, the ball, and the court in front of him. Does a great job of making sure it stays deep and in.
High swings in a row. There's a lot of pressure on that man's shoulders.
Doesn't look like it. He looks calm and collected.
That was my next thought. Doesn't seem it though, does it? He's got 10 points already. The only one bonus of missing your serve is that it actually stops the opposition getting too much momentum and too much rhythm themselves.
3 back-to-back points for Mumbai, courtesy service errors from Ahmedabad. Got to be miserly, you've got to be economical with your serves. They haven't been trying to serve big, and yet these errors, it's difficult to point a finger at where they're going wrong. However, 10-8 it is. Ahmedabad in the lead. Angamoto, well done, Libro. Smart play. Was it the antenna again? Or was it the net?
Good for Mumbai, but I just feel that Ahmedabad haven't quite got the rhythm that they would like at the moment. They're getting too reliant on going to the wings outside. We haven't seen a middle attack for a while. We haven't seen the ball brought through the right side for a while. They're missing a few serves, and here comes a super point for the defenders. What a time.
We love a good super point. Usually it's the team that's down by a point that's going to call it, but they're feeling good, they're feeling confident, and they're on the reception. Going to be a light serve, easily handled. Going back to Angamutu, why not? But he's dug. Hands on the outside, Hardeep with a swing. Does he get it going? No, he misses. Point goes Ahmedabad.
It's a big play, and it's a great call in the end from the head coach of the Ahmedabad defenders, Dakshinamurthy, because it was a light serve from the Meteors and it put them in system. And there you go, Sonny. Get the board out, Sonny. Super point.
Well, the head coach of the championship team last year, he knows what he's doing.
Follow the template, Key, follow the template. What happens? What do we say every time you see that super point paddle go up? What's our template?
It's worth 2 points.
Go on.
So if you're at home and you're wondering, what the heck is a super point? It is basically worth double. Whoever wins this point gets 2 points. Ahmedabad just got one, so they got up to 12 from 10. Now 12-9. Whoever wins this gets 2 points. There's a lot of discussion going down on the court, though.
So what? If Ahmedabad win this, they will have 5 set points. If Mumbai win it, the deficit will come down to 1 point. So crucial. Ahmedabad set to serve. Sonny Joseph ensuring he's got his team in place. Here we go then. Time for a super point. Key moment in the second set. Great serve. Kills it. Oh no, not yet. Spoke too soon. Here comes Angamoto. Should he have let that go? Had he let that ball go, it might have landed outside. Not sure.
I have questions about the middle blocker in this situation. He pulled his hands away. Angamutu was in a difficult spot, but not that difficult that you think he's going to swing out the back.
I'm interested to see where this set's landing. If it's inside, the only way Angamutu can go is to the cross court. And he's gone straight past him. I'm with you, Key. Actually, the second one we want to look at. And Hardeep's had a free line open as well. Massive play, good serving. We have to give that one to Ahmedabad as well. And yeah, they'll be disappointed, Key, surely.
Yeah, so Shamim has made the decision that he's not going to put his hands up. He doesn't want to be a target, but I feel that the blockers had the advantage there.
The score was 10-9 at one stage. 2 back-to-back super points to a team that's supported by these fine young men. 14-9, 5 set points, chance to make a comeback after losing the first set. 5 chances. And Mumbai don't even have Jerome to score 5 back-to-back points. Only Jerome does that. Or Hemant.
Rahul?
Something attractive about Mumbai as a team. Well, they saved one for sure. 14-10 now, 4 more set points to the defenders.
Harsh Chowdhury's come off the bench in both sets, I think, or at least when he served, and he's been really controlled. Been excellent management from Dakshinamurthy to bring him on to serve this well. Yes, he misses this one, but he makes the big ones.
Yeah, but we've also been talking about Ahmedabad and how few errors they make, and that is their game plan. Force the other team to score. I don't think he needed to do that much on that serve.
Well, they missed a lot of serves in this set, but yet they're still up. No way! What a time for a super serve here in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It's these moments that make this league so special. Hardeep has been a top performer, and he's come to the forefront again.
How about that? A super serve on set point for the other team.
I envy the jib camera in the background. What a great view the camera got of that Hardeep Singh super serve. What a moment. 14-12 now. Can Mumbai do it? They've scored 3 consecutive points. From 14-9, they're up to 14-12. And the Bars still have 2 set points.
And Ahmedabad choose this moment to have a timeout. They want to get in the head of Hardeep. Oh man, it's getting good. Still set point for Ahmedabad. Hardeep at the line.
They need another one, surely. And he can't reproduce the brilliance of just a moment ago. Hardeep was excellent to make the super serve, but there you have it. We are tied at 1 set all going into the third. Well, Ahmedabad have been well armed from the service line and on the wings. Angamutu has been absolutely marvellous throughout. And Key, this is how it ended. Unfortunate, but you have to give him credit for the aggression.
Yeah, he went for it. That toss maybe just a little bit low, but again, at that moment, trying to be aggressive, trying to put some pressure on Ahmedabad. But that's how it ends, 15-12. So, 1 set apiece. Come back to see how it goes. Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Here's what's happening. It's 1-1 Ahmedabad to Mumbai, and there's a look at the stats. But for me, what's really, really important, Angamutu, 12 points for Ahmedabad. For Mumbai, it's the top 2 spikers are their middle blockers, Shamim and Kartik. And this is what happened the first time when they lost 4-1 to Calicut. They had the first set they won, and then they couldn't get back in it because the other players just didn't show up.
We'll get exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League on www.volleyballworld.com. And I tend to agree with you. Hardeep comes in and he's the star of the show, but he also goes quiet. Anu James, we've seen him score 16 points in the game this season alone. He starts to go quiet, and then the questions are asked. And that was maybe Ahmedabad's loosest set in terms of errors in this whole season so far, but they stomped it.
Yes, Manoj. And that's what you want more of. He was struggling to find his spiking form, his rhythm, his routine in the first 2 sets. But he started this third set on a good note now. At this stage, I suppose, guys, Karthik's leadership will be tested as well. The last time they lost that game 4-1, the attackers showed a lot of spark. His leadership was missing. Now he needs to step up in moments like these.
Easier said than done, especially when you're a middle blocker. You're not necessarily a big point scorer, but he can do a lot more for sure. Get the set here, but that's not going to help.
And for me, that's not quite Kartik, that's on the set of shoulders. Aravinda tries to have a look for his middleman. In turn, the connection's not there. And for me, Mumbai serving is so key here. If they keep serving lightly, the middle's going to be in, and then they're going to go to Angamutu. He's going to have multiple swings available to him.
Well, unlucky connection there, and that's something that has to be trained, has to be worked on. Again, these teams have only been together for about a month, so that's the tough thing, but we haven't seen a lot of that misconnection in this league.
Oh, well done on letting that go. A floater that landed way outside.
Again, another miss serve from Ahmedabad, but they missed a lot of serves in the last game, the last set, and they won fairly comfortably with a 15-12 difference. Win the big ones, and you'll be there and thereabouts.
But let's see what Captain Kartik has from the line. He's going for a top spin. Nicely handled. Oh, a little bit off the net, but Angamutu, no problem again. Hitting high and deep off hands.
Yeah, I give all that to the setter Mutu. The pass was good, but I mean to find your big man from the back right of court to send it to the front left and put it on a plate that Angamudu can stay so high. It's a great set. He doesn't want it anywhere but there.
Hardeep looks so uneasy at the back of the court there. Clear touch off the block. Doesn't matter where the ball went after that. Hardeep looked a bit lost tonight, hasn't he? After that first set. Maybe after that face shot that he got of Anangamutu's spike. Boom. Well done. Once again, it was Rahim.
I think there's a couple of stories there developing for us nicely. Meteors playing fast, the pass is fast, the set is fast, where before Angamudu seems to get on the man out of problem with a high ball every single time. Fast arm, very nicely done, fast play. The passes in, they're dangerous.
Yeah, we need more of that. We need way, way more of that from Mumbai.
Consecutive spikes. This third set could belong to Manoj. Man Mountain, if he gets going, beware Mumbai.
I don't know if everyone at the home does the same thing, but I find myself trying to read the setter and see where he's going to go, and my gut feeling told me this is going to Manoj. And it's a RuPay contactless shot because look at the angle he goes over his shoulder.
Yeah, I think Srikanth has just put a couple of great passes in the libero, but at the same time, that's a little bit wider. The reason why it's a bit wider is to try and evade the blocker, try and beat them to the line.
Also, Muthuswamy Appo is such a delightful setter. Delicious sets. So measured. Oh, wow. That is a 10 on 10 from the number 10, Nanda.
Nanda getting in. I like that he's ready for that. He doesn't have to be asked twice. He gets up and snaps on it really, really quick. Not trying to do a big, heavy-handed arm. It's just a snap of the wrist.
Yeah, also, this is the Meteors that we've seen. In some sets, they look brilliant. It's Jekyll and Hyde stuff. That's a great wrist-away swing. It's a freebie, though. Happy days. Take that. Happy birthday, Nanda.
Yeah, sometimes players try to do too much on that ball, but I like that he's just fast, quick, just get the ball straight to the floor.
If Mumbai win tonight, they go up to number 3 on the points table. It could be a big win. Ahmedabad surely will go into, well, they could go to number 4. They will topple Hyderabad from the top 4 because of that set difference. So the top 4 will look very different at the end of this match, for sure.
It's always looking different. After every single match, it's jumbling up, but I love that about this league. There's only 8 teams, and it's so quick. People earning points every single night.
One that I'm watching closely is there's no Brandon Greenway out there at the moment, and I believe, even as a person, mentality-wise, the Meteors are better with him out there, keeping them together. Brilliant from Shaheen this time in the middle, and there, again, Jekyll and Hyde key, I think, at times, Mumbai.
Yeah, I like that ball in again. Finding Shamim, he's been hot. He's been really hot. Already his 7th point of the match. But again, if they use the middle too much, it's easy to shut down the middle if they are the go-to. (5-3) for Ahmedabad. Hardeep at the line. Top spin coming. Nicely used, but into the middle. Oh, there we go. Yes, please.
Now the first look, in real time, it seemed like Daniel Montazeri was too far behind the net. There was too much distance to cover, and I thought that's why he couldn't get the measure of that spike right. We'll take a look at it in the replay. And Louis, tell us what happened there.
Well, we saw this in the last set. When the ball's slightly off, Mutu wants to go to the middle. So I think that's a message well received from the middle to say, do you know what? I'm going to commit on that one next time the ball's slightly off the net.
If I'm Daniel, I'm asking my setter for more height. He had to crunch on that. He was really compacted. He can hit that peak and he can go over the block.
Good serve.
There
This
it
time
is.
Daniel got it right. This time he had the height, the elevation, the peak that Key talked about. Well done, Key.
I also love that the setter reads him, talks to him, gets the feedback, gives it to to him immediately. Get him involved in the game, keep his head in it, and you can get results like that.
I also love the fact that he went straight back to him after he'd just been blocked out. That's huge.
That's what I said, Louis. You can't be just stealing my comments. Hang on.
Oh, you stolen.
Doesn't matter who says it. Truth be told, this man, look at it. Look at him go. They need him tonight.
Hashtag deadly Daniel. Angamuttu serves. Wait at the captain, Karthik. Block was there. Mumbai will have their chance. Once again, here comes Anu James. And he does the job this time. Anu James is looking for a certain magical rhythm that he hasn't had. He's been a bit up and down, so has Hardeep.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a player that's got 29 points before this game, but he's been very, very quiet throughout this one. They need him to be firing if they want to win, but he loves coming back left to right, and he's high enough to go off the hands of drifting Motazedi.
Yeah, he's frustrating Daniel there. That's for sure, with that left-handed swing from the outside. High ball. Oh, the little man jumping out of his skin against the three-man block.
I mean, what you've got to really admire here is the aggression in the arm. Might not be the biggest Nanda, but he gets up and he's so quick with the arm. The speed of the ball beats the blocker, but so does the speed of the arm here. Bosh, off of Karthik.
Yeah, and his vision there as well. So he sees that space between the blockers. If that's a closed block, it's a stuff every time, but he sees that gap.
Did Mumbai take their foot off the accelerator? Did they become complacent? Have Ahmedabad raised their game? What's happening here? It's such a topsy-turvy seesaw battle. And at this stage, Ahmedabad looking like they found the rhythm. They lead by 3 points in this third set. Back in just a bit after this Amol Cool technical timeout.
Yeah, blocking so key to this game. We talk a lot about the big swings, the big aces, the super points, but that defense of the net is really, really crucial to a winning team.
And with Manoj coming to the party, Ahmedabad becoming a little more dangerous. What a serve that was. Oh, and then that finish from guess who? It's Muthu. That surprise move that came from nowhere.
Hang on against him.
Hang on a sec. I don't think I saw a touch there. We're going to have to review this.
This is not. This is No, you go.
Captain,
You go.
Is it Daniel or is it Muthu Sami?
Listen. Ball, hold.
So the ball is not allowed in the rules to settle in the hand and be thrown down. And I think the discussion is the first referee believes it was a throw as opposed to something that was clean. And as you can tell, that hasn't gone down very well with that man there or that man there at the bottom of your picture. Mutu has been sent his orders.
Well, if looks could kill, if eyes could kill.
We'd all be dead now if we keep looking at Daniel. Have a look at it again.
For me, it's absolutely fine. If I'm bluntly honest, it didn't settle in the hands too long. It didn't look like a throw. It was a quick contact. What it can't be is a long contact.
It looks a lot different in the replay, doesn't it?
Correct.
The replay tends to exaggerate the movement,
In
and it
real
may
time
look
it's
like he
tough.
was holding the ball.
Well, I think he's going to set Daniel immediately and use this aggression.
Ought to be. Mumbai, chance to spike for Amit Gulia. Oh, just landed outside.
Well, Ahmedabad thinks this one is in. So I think they might have a review as well.
Now, Mumbai have reviewed it. They believe it landed inside. Amit Gulia was very confident. He's taken Hardeep's spot on court for Mumbai. Let's see where it landed.
The heartbeat, the pulse, everyone waiting to see.
Oh my word.
Oh,
I think.
that's tough.
What
That
do you
is
think
tough.
at home?
I think it clips it just enough, just that sliver.
Me too.
Just kissed the line, I thought.
Yeah, but Mumbai's going
There.
to be a little upset that they had to use a challenge on this.
if it's successful, they retain it.
Bengaluru got pulled inside, beaten to the sideline. For all of us three, that one is in. But for the team downstairs, they have to make a decision. And there you have it. The review was successful, and it was absolutely correct. The 24-year-olds played for Hyderabad last year. Only 1 point coming into this game today. He scored a very crucial one for his side.
Well, this could be a momentum changer for Mumbai. The Ahmedabad players still asking, screaming, hollering at the referees. And that could be, I mean, they might just lose focus. We saw it with last night with the reigning champions when Cody got a little bit heated.
Yeah, and I like what Dakshinamurti's doing here. He's sort of saying, hey, calm down, refocus, let's go again. Others might just throw more fire on that situation. He's trying to put a bit of water on it.
The likes of Shamim and Hardeep getting a bit of a breather on the sidelines. Here comes Daniel. Now here's Angamoto, and he went down the line, ended up overhitting it. And that has brought Mumbai back. Scores level.
It's a funny old game, isn't it?
Wow. Huge moment. We haven't seen errors out of him all set long. And all of a sudden, one comes at this clutch moment. So, are the tides changing?
Well, it just shows, doesn't it, how quickly it can turn. Confidence, and there you go, the second ball. Mutu Sami might look to the referee there. He does look to the referee, and he sort of says, hey, are you going to call that one, ref? And the ref says, no, I am not. Point to Ahmedabad, and in turn, they keep the lead.
Ooh, Ahmedabad being a little cheeky with the referees today. Bit cheeky. That is clean, clinical, beautiful dump. Gotta have fun with it though, right?
Absolutely. Daniel out for the time being. He plays for Harsh, and Harsh has come on a couple of times as a service substitution. Daniel has missed a fair few serves, although he did get the super serve earlier on. Goes straight after Amit. Then their combination in the middle, and the flair play doesn't pay off. 4 touches given from the referee, and all of a sudden, Ahmedabad are going in the right direction.
Adavindan putting his hand on his chest saying, my bad guys, that was too low, he knows it. But I like that they're trying to run this combination there. They're trying to do things that are throwing Ahmedabad off their game. Well, here it goes. Super point season has begun as Mumbai call the first of this set. They have 8. Ahmedabad up by 2. We could see a tied set, or Ahmedabad could go up by 4. That's the power of the super point.
Great serve from Harsh Chowdhury. The line's open. The question is, was it the block and the antenna? It looked like the antenna was busted on the right side. Everything going the way of Ahmedabad defenders here.
Oh, huge point for Ahmedabad. Mumbai needed this one to get back into it mentally. You're exactly right. Anu James just swinging too much crossbody, and he's not super comfortable going down the line anyway. So in that occasion, unforced error on the super point.
Was that a forced error by the blockers?
Could have been. Maybe he was nervous.
Just the presence of those blockers. Throwing the net up. Boom! So much power. In that spicy spike from Santosh. Where has he been all evening long?
Been absolutely marvellous. Again, the ball's in a great spot. He's so high, knows exactly where the space is. They've been strong on the left and the right. Ahmedabad this evening.
Artek, one of the top blockers, but he hasn't been blocking a lot tonight. Has not been very involved in the net defense at all. Swing from the pipe, off the hands, out of bounds. Nicely done.
And you have to say that I mean, that 3-2 loss to the Blackhawks on the opening day, not ideal for Ahmedabad. But since then, to beat the Torpedoes and to put this performance in against Mumbai Meteors, you'd say lots of teams around the same level, they're winning the big games that they have to win to make a good case for the Final Four.
Well, Ahmedabad in a good position right now. Anu James on the serve, the lefty for a soft roll, but gets an overpass. Chance for Ahmedabad. They swing again, but this time Ahmedabad on the antenna.
What was good to see is they were ready for that surprise move from Muthuswamy Appavu. They negated the threat of that move and forced Ahmedabad to hit that extra ball.
That's a couple times we've seen those balls go directly into the antenna. You don't see that often. But again, when it rains, it pours. It seems like errors just creep in on both sides like a waterfall.
It's also difficult when the set's too wide, you have to drag the ball to the line. So if that ball gets across you too much and the set's a little bit too wide, you're a bit doomed. And that happened to Annie James and on that occasion to Ahmedabad as well.
Now that's where you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Lots of great content being churned out on digital as well. All our digital handles on these three big social media platforms. You can also use hashtag RuPay PVL. Do join us. Every day you'll see some amazing match clips, winning moments, great spikes, best rallies, all of that available on all those social media handles.
Well, Mumbai right now, they need more effectiveness out of their attackers. Shamim with 8. The next top scorer, Brandon Greenway, who's not even on the court and hasn't been this whole set. Where are the rest of the attackers?
Yeah, that's the thing that I find interesting, is that Greenway is a very big leader of this team. Whether he gets settled or not, he helps gel the team together. And I think when he's not on the court, this is the Mumbai that we see. They look a little bit dejected, a little bit separate. Ratish is trying his best down there to keep everybody together, but they're 4 set points down.
Ball in, quick fall behind, another combination play, but it's easily picked up. The pipe there, the block as well. Free ball, oh, nicely kept alive. Chance again, Mumbai on the outside, the tip. Oh, what a dig, what an effort. But Mumbai with another sneaky little shot over the block.
Well, the captain tried his darndest best. He made 2 of those Superman moves to keep the ball in play. The first one worked, the second one unfortunately didn't.
I mean, these intentions just pay off and it feeds the whole team whether you win or lose the point. If you lose the point playing like this, great first dig, then he has to get back to his first position. He has to adjust to the line to take a second tip. It's actually a smart swing from Amit because he knows that Muthuswamy's just been to the floor once and he goes there again. So you have to give the outside a bit of credit as well for getting him on the deck twice. But that's what you want from your captain.
3 set points, 14-11. They lost the first set, the defenders. Mumbai seem to have lost their rhythm because Ahmedabad really raised their game. And Mumbai have looked a little lost in terms of their team selection. Brandon Greenway isn't there. Hardeep's been out for a while as well. Need more leadership from Karthik. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I haven't seen that captaincy, leadership, body language. Angamoto!
Oh.
This time the triple block does the job. Amit Gulia was part of that block.
Shamim has been so impressive for me. He's the top scorer right now. 8 points, make that 9 with a big stuff block in the middle.
Loves going that way, Angamuli, doesn't he, into the cross-court angle. So if you get 3 blockers on him, you take more of those angles. He's bringing it back, actually. Shaheem's there. There's nowhere to go. Amit taking a lot of the cross-court. Did well to get across from position 4 and provide such a structured block.
So I have questions about Muthu right now. After that big jump he made, he's looked a little bit off his game, a little bit uncertain. They just need 1 point to get over the line, but Mumbai making it really difficult.
Well, 14-12. Meteors serving to stay in set 3. Muthu goes on the back set, and it's a huge, huge play at a key time. Amit in the thick of it, Shaheen, and it's the triple threat again in the block.
The blocking, stepping up and crucial times for Mumbai. I mean, look how low he gets, and he's closed up with Shamim. But that's exactly what Mumbai need in their block. And I just wonder if Muthu's lost his touch a little bit and feeding his players to the wolves.
Well, tiredness will do that, going to the floor a lot, chasing down a lot of balls. The tiredness will affect the hands.
One more set point, great serve. Very fast. Where did that land? Just outside scores level. Scores level. How quickly things change.
And you're so right, Keith. Muthu again, just fumbling that one. Could have easily have been a double touch on the way through.
And I have got to hark back to when that point happened. I think it was 14-10. And he got up a little slowly and he said, oh, I'm not feeling great, but just one more. He put up the signal for, we just need one more. But now, they need a lot more than that.
Of course, Amit Gulia has been the catalyst. Seems like someone who's changed the mood. There he is with that ponytail. Has had to do a fair bit of work with his hairdo as well. A lot more than Key does. Set point for both teams. Whoever wins this next point goes 2-1 up. Angamoto! It will be Ahmedabad! They go 2-1 up. They lost the first set, won the second, win the third now. And Mumbai will have a lot of catching up to do. If they have to win this match, they need to win set 4 and 5. What a comeback.
Anyone else surprised that that ball went to Angamudu? I'm not, I'm only joking. Big players, big times. Great serving from the Meteors to get back into that. The same swing as we saw earlier, but he's a good foot higher with his swing. Angamudu flourishing in Hyderabad.
Well, a great effort from Mumbai, some blocking in key moments, but that's how it finished. 15-14 in the third. Make sure you come back because we've got a lot more volleyball to play. Well, goes over the top, around into the block. He just does what he wants. Like the honey badger of this team.
Great honey badger. Back set, fast from Mumbai. Two very contrasting styles of play here, Keith.
Well, I'd like to see a little bit more. A nice fast swing to the outside, swinging off the block, and a good timing. Again, Mumbai, they want to run this fast offense, and a chance to go off of Nanda's hand will not be taken twice.
Well, the way that Sonny Joseph sets his teams up is to play fast and to go off the blocks, move the blockers around as much as possible. And that's the same here. Oh! Right on cue. Ahmedabad with the swing of the evening. And the ball is still bouncing here. Muthu feeds the outside and Nanda does the rest.
Wow!
Mumbai still in the lead. Nonetheless, that was good.
How does he get that angle? Great pun by you, Manish, but look at this angle.
I thought it went unnoticed.
Never goes unnoticed. I'm just distracted by the incredible volleyball. We're mostly here for your puns, but also sometimes for the volleyball.
A little bit of volleyball, yeah. There we go. The block was there, Daniel. They didn't play Mumbai. Amit Gulia went down the line. Oh. He showed that spark, Ahmed Gulia. Just couldn't come up with that winning point.
Great first phase blocking from the middle. I think that was Daniel to start off with. And then the second phase of play, a lot of pressure on him. He decides to try and go around Angamudu.
Well, I mean, where else are you going to go? He's massive. You definitely don't want to go right into him.
You can try and go high off of him. You can try and, but if you do that, he's going to slow the play down anyway, or tip off of the side outside hand. But
much better that time. Dig there, Angamudu to swing, but he is stuck. He's cramped. He is under the pump.
Didn't have the height he usually likes.
The thing with Angamudu is that he really is your outlet to play him high. If you play him low and inside, he's just going to hit the block anyway. He's going to lose all that advantage. Keep him high, keep him going over the top, and you have a great day.
More than a hit, it looked like a push.
Yeah, and that's the problem, exactly like you said, Louis. That ball needs to be high, needs to be wide, it needs to be all the way to the antenna. Get him reaching over the block, around the block. There, you're just putting him on the same level as the other blockers, giving them the advantage. He loses his.
Julia to serve. Who's he going to aim at? The libero? Oh. Here comes Daniel. No, it is Nanda. Nanda Gopal once again. Nanda nukes it.
Nuke! He absolutely demolished that atomic bomb on that swing. He's gone under the radar, but I don't think he will do for long.
Look at the speed they're playing at. And this is why they play a very similar style. Quick, wide, they use the middle well. The difference here is that one team have Angamutu when they're in trouble. The other team don't have that outlet when they're in trouble for me.
Nanda Gopal seems like an out-of-syllabus question that Mumbai perhaps hadn't prepared for.
He wasn't on the test. But he is
Again.
today.
Oh, take a look at the libero. Driving full length to keep the ball in play.
Well, it feels really one-sided right now, but I'm looking at the score, and actually, Mumbai are right there. So if they keep chipping away one by one, going after the small blocker on the outside, keeping their heads about them and their wits about them, playing their game, nothing is written in stone just yet.
Mumbai is still in the lead. Now they aren't.
This guy just jumps out of the gym. We said that when we went and watched training. Not sitting away from the body, we've seen that. Now he stays fast and high through the body. He has been exceptional.
Keep feeding him. Keep feeding the beast.
What I like about this, Dakshinamurti, he plays his players at different speeds depending on their height and physicality. And I like that about the coach. He has to run Nanda fast because he is small, but he's very explosive.
Great at the libero. Here comes Karthik. No. In fact, that attack came from zone 1. It was Abdul Rahim, the number 8, from the backcourt.
Yeah, Key, you said this a moment ago. They're just running the play through position 2 and 1 on the right side because they know they have a mismatch on the block. Ahmedabad aren't the biggest out on the left side in the blocking phase of the game with Shantosh and Nanda, so they will be able to go over the top.
Muthu sets it. Daniel couldn't kill it. Abdul Rahim. Oh, great defensive work from the defenders. Angamuthu couldn't spike on that occasion. Rally building up. Nanda Gopal will not succeed. When you have Karthik at the heart of that block.
Well, for me, Amit is already putting his hands up saying, sorry guys, he got a free ball opportunity and didn't deliver it directly on the head of his setter. That's what you have to do. So credit to Mumbai to continuing the play and getting that big block at the end.
Yeah, the setter's also saying my bad as well. I think he's gone to the pipe, gone to Nanda, 3 in. The play here might have been to go to the outside and try and run the ball on a longer line and try and get the block or the gap between the 2 blockers on the left-hand side. Again, the first pass wasn't there. This time the first pass isn't there again. Angamutu is not the get-out-of-jail-free card. Ooh. He is the get-out-of-jail-free card. And that's what Angamutu can do for you.
Julia looked a bit lost when he received that ball from Angamuthu.
Well, Daniel's been a bit quiet, but I don't think for long. He loves those shots. Every middle loves that. He's just up early and just pounds it. Almost had a fist, a closed fist on that.
Bosh.
Man, he is a force to reckon with.
1 point lead for the Meteors. If they do not win this set, it will be curtains. Well done, that's smart play. Minimum effort, maximum result.
Well, there's a bit of discussion on court. That ball was pretty tight. Did the setter have a chance to touch it? That's the question that Ahmedabad is asking, but we don't have the answer just yet. You're going to have to come back and find out after the Amul Cool technical timeout. Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It's 3-1. The match has been won by the Ahmedabad defenders over the Mumbai Meteors. One more set to play, but have a look at these stats. Way more spikes out of Ahmedabad, and that is mostly down to Angamutu. You can get all the stats on volleyballworld.com. That man right there, Angamutu, 19 points. That's more than an entire set alone.
And it's more than the top 2 scorers from the opposition, and for me that's where the game is won and lost.
I think Mumbai made a mistake with the players and their rotations. Anu James, Deep Singh not finding their rhythm, they were taken off. Should they have continued with them on court? Too late now.
It's too late now. Sonny Joseph trying to make some changes, but yeah, that was the team that won that 5-0 match, so maybe let them work in and find their rhythm. Brandon is also off, haven't seen him in a few sets, but they just don't have a response. That's the first error, well, second or third, but unforced errors, we haven't seen a lot of them out of Angamutu.
Now, last game that they lost to the Bengaluru Torpedoes, Mumbai, Anu James and Hardeep Singh, 12 and 13 points respectively. So even when they're losing, these two make their presence felt. So I suppose Mumbai sort of erred there tactically. The wrong call to take them off. Amit Gulia has threatened, but he hasn't done enough to justify subbing out Anu James or Hardeep.
Because when he has scored points, they've been little tips and dumps. On this occasion, the double is called on the set, so point goes directly to Ahmedabad.
Going to be fascinating to see if Ahmedabad can stay in control of this one and take a 4-1, because they're going to want positive sets and points difference, because it's going to be close, I think, for those second 2 playoff positions going into the semi-finals. You'd say that the Heroes and the Thunderbolts will have the top 2 locked from what we've seen, but the Torpedoes, the Defenders, Blackhawks, Mumbai as well, it's going to be close. Amit back in the action.
Amit doing well to get past that big block. He's going to head back and serve. Heavy serve for him, but easy reception. Oh, a fumble by Ahmedabad. And the point stays with Mumbai. I always wonder as a player what psychologically it must be like to head out there knowing the match is over and you're just playing for sets difference.
Well, the good thing for the Meteors is they have that 5-0 win, which is a bonus point for them, and that might come in handy for that race to the top 4. But they've had 2 4-1 losses, which actually counteracts a little bit of that set difference as well.
They're really going to need this set. Going for it off the block. They get that point off the big man on the right.
Yeah, I mean, where's this been though? We haven't seen the ball go to Anu James so often, and he has to go there, Aravindan, because the ball's so far off the net, the setter can only go to the outside.
Well, it does well to get past 2 of the tallest players on the court.
Ahmedabad will go up to number 4 in the points table. Mumbai had an opportunity and they've thrown it away, I suppose. Here comes Angamutu once again. Now, Mumbai are going to find it very, very difficult to pull themselves out of that hole, out of that bottom half of the table, which just looks like a mess to me.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially they have some big games coming up, but how are they slowing down Angamutu right now? How are they going to get this set if this man keeps performing?
They're praying hard. That's all they can do. Anu James overhitting it once again.
I mean, I like them serving this side of the court, the defenders, making it difficult to get Anu James into the game, as you can see. Ball gets caught inside, and in turn, he has no line. He's only really got that one trying to turn it back sharp.
Well, Ahmedabad take the point, serving soft, comes back with a big dig. Daniel has to step in and set. It's off the net. Roll shot. Chance fast through the middle, and Shamim ready and waiting.
Acres of open space for Shamim to drill that ball where he wanted to.
Interesting to see how Mumbai play now that they don't have a match to lose, but only sets to win.
Well, they look calmer, at least. Some good conversation happening between Daniel and Muthu.
Assuming Calicut and Kolkata go through easily, number 3 and number 4 is going to be a tight equation. And so, even if you finish at 5, and if you're level on points with number 4, the set difference will count. Mumbai must realize the set difference number will count. It's not just a consolation set win.
Absolutely. What I love about Dakshinamurti is his calmness, as the camera just flipped to him for a moment. So calm in the storm. I think when things got a little bit agitated early on, he did a really good job of just bringing everybody back to a calm spot. He's going to have to do it again here as Mumbai get another block.
Big block for Mumbai. The players having a bit of a question. I'm sure Kartik is looking at the referee saying, what about that set, sir? But nevertheless gets the ping pong block. Trying to read his body language there. I think he's asking about that set from Daniel, that he has to get really, really under it. But he can't let that distract him. A good block's a good block. Use it as fuel.
Pass into a great zone, and Daniel is now in the game. And you have to say, so much of that is just off of Nanda's first pass, changing the angle of the arms to get it in the path of Muthu. Muthu will do the same. Yes, he's falling backwards, but he'll be fine from there.
Mumbai's defense there, not paying that much attention through the middle. They've got so many other weapons in Nanda and Nangamuthu that the middle's kind of going unnoticed. Oh, hang on, ace serve for Ahmedabad.
And all of a sudden, Ritesh is on the floor. Let's hope he's okay. He's just had some battle to even be here competing today. And it looks like there could be a clash. Don't get to see the full story there.
I'm not sure we'd want to.
No, we wouldn't. And thank you to the camera for pulling away.
Yeah, that's tough. I think his arm might have got stuck under his teammate and elbow get bent the wrong way. That's such a painful injury, but able to stand up. Hopefully he's okay. The crowd cheering and sending him some love.
Well, Darshan is the second libero looking at coming in.
Painful.
Hope makes a recovery.
You never wish that on even your worst enemy out there playing, all these guys, friends, staying in the hotel together. They want the best for each other.
Great at the libero. It gets into action straight away. Ahmedabad are now hungry for a 4-1 win. And it's evident in the way they're moving, the way they're serving. The court movement as well, and the finishing is just too good.
And you always knew that ball was going straight at the fresh libero that's come on court. Test him immediately.
Difficult position to play libero because you're expected to be perfect in reception. You're a specialist, so it's hard to come in with that added pressure of not having any rhythm. And then Darshan has to play again. That's a bit better, but there's no middle. Has to go in reverse. Chance to go in front for the first time in a while. Motazaini. And for me, this is the best performance of the season for the defenders. We haven't seen much of them, and it's clear what they've been working on in training. Dakshinamurti has got them flying. For us, we're loving your company, but it's time for us to take a more cool technical timeout. We'll see you shortly.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. We're going to have a look at the MVP leaderboard. The leaders of the pack, Guru right there at the top. No surprise. Betanov from Bengaluru. 2 Kolkata players and 1 from Calicut.
My heart says Jerome will race to the top of that chart soon enough. Showing MVP signs this season. A lot more than the others. Look at how Ahmedabad are fighting. They keep themselves in play at all times. Anu James drills it down the line.
That was an absolute joke of a defensive play from Ahmedabad here. Angamudi just stepping up, and what a reaction from Muthu. In the end, there's not quite enough heat on the offense, but you understand why. They're fighting for everything. and it just opens up an opportunity.
Now I'm loving the grit from Ahmedabad right now. Well, the luck running out from Mumbai, and I wonder if that injury to Ratish might have been the kiss of death for Mumbai. Can they recover from losing one of their really important players in the backcourt?
Yeah, and if you ask me who their leaders are, you would say that Ratish is certainly one of the leaders alongside Brandon, and they've got both of them off of the court at the moment.
Where's Brandon Greenway been? He out. Enjoying the sights and sounds of Hyderabad. Should have been here. Should have been playing a lot more.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, but the connection hasn't been there with him. So now, that's a great swing by Kartik, but look at his reaction afterwards. He swings, it's low, he has to do something with it. He's not happy with himself, he's not happy with his team.
Something that we've seen, I think, from Ahmedabad is a much more aggressive performance than we saw against the Torpedoes, especially from the service line. Maybe over the last 8 days, we knew from going to training that Dakshinamurti was working on serving. We didn't really see that against the Torpedoes, but we're seeing it tonight, that they're a lot more aggressive. And I think Angamudu is also the man that leads the charge there.
Huge block for the boys in white.
Manoj, the mountain man, shuts the door, he's the iceberg.
I'm looking at the height here. These are two very big players on the outside. That's such a tough ball to get around.
That's why they play fast, is because they want to lose the middleman. The problem is when they play slow, the middleman gets across. And in that, two in a row! The mountain man is his name! Blocking, and it is his game! Unbelievable!
The Angamutu Manoj combination, there is just nowhere to go but straight back down.
Funny, Amit went to the cross-court. I thought he went there again to start with. But he goes to the line? No.
Really tall pillars, impossible to go past. Also, Mumbai don't have tall spikers, so clearly the height difference between the two teams has been crucial today. That's one way to get past the blockers. The libero sets it. Angamutu spikes it, still in play. Oh, not in a position to spike. The recalibrate, here comes Muttu. 3-man block. Muttu will come again, he'll keep coming at you. Jitin keeps it in play. Smart play. Be calm. No hurry, one-on-one. Didn't work. Another set. Raheem finally does the job.
What a rally. Man, they had to work hard for that. A little bit scrappy at times. Not the most beautiful volleyball, but I'm still going to give credit to Mumbai for fighting through it and finding a way to score.
Yeah, I've got to give some credit to Hardeep. He didn't get the best set from Anu James from position 6. He just recycled it. And because of that decision, they could work through the rally and get to this point here. And maybe the block and defense should have just squeezed around and got that one. Super point coming. And it's a big moment for a super point from Ahmedabad. Key, how many is this one worth?
It's worth dose. Here we go, chance. Angamutu with a swing, does he get the touch? No touch. Hang on a sec, point to Mumbai and 2 of them.
Would it be safe to say that Angamutu is doubly dangerous from zone 2, not so much from zone 4? Is zone 2 his natural striking zone?
Yeah, it would be a little bit less comfortable for him for sure. The other thing, I think, he's been set a lot of ball. So the longer he's in the game, the more tired he gets, maybe the little bit more weary in his arm he gets. There is no touch to my eyes there.
Interesting that they've called for a touch on that. I don't see one. Does anyone else? Angamutu would know better than anyone.
That's a different one.
Looks like that blocker's hand just started in that direction. No touch, unsuccessful. Point remains with Mumbai, and remember, that was a super point, so 2 points go to Mumbai, and they are now in the lead. Angamutu looking a little bit lost this set. Last time we saw him not defending next to Mutu. Now he can't get the score.
A big serve. Oh, what a chase! But in the end, well, Srikanth goes straight into the camera, and And in turn, Mumbai Meteors have upped their service pressure in set 4, and they've put the defenders under the pump.
Hang on a sec. Error in the pass. The libero is throwing himself, gets the touch, and everyone else is just watching it fall. Did it hit the camera? Is that what happened?
Camera on the tie out.
So it's out if it hits that. I was about to get really upset with Ahmedabad for not following their libero after he makes that huge effort.
Well, they would love a 4-1. But it looks as if it's going to be a 3-2 as we have a look at the A23 fantasy leaderboard. RuPay has been incredible throughout. Ace serving, blocking, you name it, he's got it. Svedanov, he's on the board as well. And how about He-Man? 501 now. He is really working hard near the top. Well, there are the best seats in the house. The RuPay VIP box. Okay, on the go. And
is it just me or is the camera looking a little shaky now?
It was Manoj. Lovely feather touch from the number 15 Jitin there. What happened? Net touch?
well, I'm unsure here because I thought it was called for a lift against Jitin because it might have rested in his hand for a little bit too long, but it might be a net touch after all. The foot have landed over the white line on the way down.
Well, either way, point goes to Ahmedabad. 12-13, they've already won the match. Last set. Dribbler serve, ball behind, tip thrown, and there's the net call again. This time goes against Ahmedabad, and Mumbai pick up their first set point.
And you have to say, those last 2 points are as scrappy as it comes. In big moments, you need to play clean here. And Nana's just gone right the way through the net. I would put that down to a little bit of ill discipline.
Right, you guys want to watch just one more point in this match or 3?
3.
Okay,
One, please.
we'll find out. Could this be it? You got one? Maybe at least more, if not 2.
I like that that ball went to Nanda. He's been so impressive this match. He did have that little mistake in the net, but his attacking, he's on the radar now.
Yeah, and he's been the perfect support, hasn't he, for Angamutu, because you can't just rely, like Hyderabad do sometimes, on Guru. They need Guru and they need He-Man. As Andrew Cahut-James comes on for the very first time in this match, and that's a big moment for him. And the first job he's going to have to do is go back to the bench because there's been a timeout called, I think, from Sonny Joseph.
Well, tough moment to come in and serve. At least Andrew will have a chance to just stretch a little bit, warm up. I think he's getting sprayed with some heat spray maybe to get his shoulder going before he serves. Because if he errors on this serve, it is set over the way of Mumbai. So, pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah, Dakshin Amorti's just said, get in there, son, and serve. As well, tomorrow, well, later on today, even Kochi Blue Spikers up against the Torpedoes. We've seen the Torpedoes 2 nights in a row. Kochi Blue Spikers desperate for a win at the foot of the table.
Bengaluru chance to go level on points with Calicut and the Kolkata Thunderbolts. Chance to watch Svetanov doing his thing once again. That's a big draw. He's the magnet, isn't he?
Oh!
No!
No way!
Andrew Cahut-James, you are a
Oh my
superstar!
It's a
What
magic
a
spray.
serve!
It's a magic spray to his shoulder. I want to know what's in that spray.
I want to know what's in that spray. I want some of that spray.
What a way for Ahmedabad to finish. Storybook finish to end up 4-1. Bring in the main man, Andrew Cahut, for 1 point, and he's resting on the shoulders of his teammates. Oh, I love it. I love it.
What a moment. Brought on to serve. Match point down, and a super serve means they win the set. And it's a perfect serve. Deep and hard on Hardeep.
I see what you did there. Man, what a moment for Ahmedabad. They needed this win. They had a little bit of a break, and so to come back and prove that they still had their rhythm, that's huge. So they win 4-1. Make sure you come back and stick around for the presentation coming up soon.